Yesterday, October 10th at 1:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Mozambiques were officially nerfed. For some, they were a ton of fun because of the power they had. For others, just an absolute nightmare. If you even checked the pick rate during ALGS, the pick rate was just extremely high, topping all of the other loadouts. So the question we'll answer, does this feel impactful enough? So let's talk about each of the nerfs to the Mozambiques that they did. The simple quick update is the magazine size for the single was reduced to 5, it was 6. The magazine size for them combined is now reduced to 10, it was 12. Now, 2 extra bullets may not seem like a lot, but with that reload speed, you will need to be a lot more efficient and missing will matter a lot more. So for the next nerf, the single and akimbo Mozambiques have had their rate of fire reduced at base and all bolt rarities. This one's difficult to tell the difference, even whenever I was testing it, so I'll take my original footage of the Mozambiques and see if we can notice any perceivable difference side by side. Let's take a look. So the next nerf is that the blast pattern scale was increased. Now, with it scaling further, which means now this change is going to impact its range effectiveness. You won't be able to land as many shots if the scaling is dramatically increased, so that other bullet may not hit. When using akimbo Mozambiques, the projectile size is now reduced as well. So that's the, I guess you call it fourth nerf, I guess, yeah. No, it's normalized to other shotguns, like the Mastiff, Peacekeeper, so it's normal because the bullet size was larger, increasing the chance of hitting it more at mid-range even. This changes also to reduce, like I mentioned, the impact at range, but it lowers the accuracy even at close range just slightly, because maybe that extra bullet may not hit if the bullet size is just, you know, smaller now. So a summary. They made it less effective at range encounters. They reduced the bullet count to make sure it wasn't as effective close range of knocking multiple targets, but also they reduced that rate of fire to lower its overall damage per second. So what I'm going to do now is hop into a random game as Loba, find the Mozambiques, and see how it feels. Just raw, authentic, no warm up. Let's just see how OP it feels, because if I land a shot, I should be busted. So let's just check it out. All right, so in this portion, what we're going to do is get a feel for the Mozambiques. So this is highly uncontested over here, which is a positive. I'm doing duos real quick. I have Loba, and I'm going to grab everything we need and just go fight with just dual Mozams. I'm not even going to find another gun. I'm just going to find 2 Mozambiques, and that's it. All right, I got my 2 Mozambiques here. We notice that the bullet count has been reduced down to 10. I'm just going to grab a ton of shotgun ammo. Luckily, I did find a bolt. What we're going to do now is we're just going to go fight. Let's go and just take a few shots. I mean, I know in the video I didn't really notice much of a difference in the bullet velocity as well. I mean, sure, it's impactful. I'm sure we'll notice it in the more of the grand scheme of things. But what we're going to do now is get into a fight and see how it feels. All right, we know there was a lot of people in Neon Square. I'm just going to run right into everybody. Get into a quick fight and just see how it feels. All right, I see a fight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to land right here and just go for this 1v1. If I die, I die. Ooh, actually, I'm going to fight this person. I'm going for a res. See that range, ready? I mean, yeah, it's not as strong. Definitely made a difference. I might actually lose this. Yeah, I'm going to lose this. I'm getting out. Oh god, I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. GG's. Yeah, it's definitely a difference on the range there. I could have just ran right at him. I was trying to get more of a feel for the range feeling. And that damage, it's just not as impactful, especially if they're hiding behind cover because of spread. It's like you essentially are just landing 1 bullet. I feel like before maybe you would have landed at least 2 of them at that range. I think that's a very realistic spot. And so I think that kind of does what the video is supposed to do, to be honest. I think if I was right on top of them, more impactful. Probably not as bad because you realistically want to scale up. And I think it brings it more in line with like the Mastiff. Like at that point, using that shotgun, I'm not as like tempted to say, oh, I have to run the Mozambiques. Like I actually probably would have felt better using a Mastiff there. In fact, I feel like the power creep here, and this is my theory, is actually going to be on the Mastiff and Peacekeeper at this point. I think they're really strong, and I've seen the Mastiff just hit for like 40, 40, 40, you know, because it goes more in that line. So I think it'll land more shots at a distance and be more impactful than the Mozambiques. That's my theory. I'm going to keep testing. This is going to require a lot more testing, and this is just like the first go around to saying, hey, raw, authentic feel. That's my raw impression compared to the details that you got. So maybe the P2020s will be a lot more fun to use now. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll also cover the new heirloom too. These are just extra videos. I got back from a trip. I was just feeling inspired. I want to do a lot more content. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.